Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have studied.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. In the previous class, we have studied Euclid's definitions, axioms, and 4 postulates we have studied. Now we are in 5th postulate. Okay. First, you write this. We will explain.
Sir, with F1 papers, give classes papers, sir, for checking.
Why, what you are speaking, I am not understanding. First point. And when I start now explaining, you should listen. Okay. First you listen. Then you ask your doubt. Beginning only. Don't disturb. Samarth Borgaonkar. Switch off your radio. Your network is not there. I am not able to hear what you are speaking. Switch off your radio first. Disturbing. I am telling you, switch off the audio.
Yes, sir.
If a straight line falling on two straight lines, makes the interior angles on the same side of it, taken together, less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely meet on that side on
Sir, ಅದು straight ಆಗನೆ ಏನದ್ರಿ?
Oh, not visible. Okay. I'll see. Now, I wrote some words that side. Okay, I'll read it. If a straight line falling on two straight lines, makes the interior angles on the same side of it, taken together, less than two right angles less than two right angles. Then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, meet on that side. See, it is given in your page number 32. Okay, page number 32. You open page number 32. Those who have textbook, you can copy this. I'll explain. Page number 32. Postulate number 5. If produced indefinitely, meet on that side, on which the sum of angles is less than two right angles, Okay. Okay, students. Written now, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Read it once, all of you, and raise hand who has understood this postulate number 5. Has anyone understood before explaining? You read this and all this, like one SAI is given. Read it, whether you understand, any of you, what is given. If you understand, raise your hand. What is told here? It's a straight line falling on two straight lines. First two straight lines are there. Okay. First two straight lines are there. Another straight line like this. Here are two straight lines. I'll call this as AB. AB is one line. CD is another line. If a straight line falling on two straight lines, another line falls on this. Okay. Here, this is PQ. If a straight line falling on two straight lines, these are the two straight lines. On these two straight lines, another line PQ is falling. Make the interior angles on the same side of it. Which are interior angles? This 1, 2, 3, 4. These are interior angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is told here? Make the interior angles on the same side of it. Same side, 1 and 3. Taken together. Together means what? Taken together. See what he says, 1 plus 4. Here, angle 1 plus angle 4. If I take angle 1 plus angle 4 or angle 2 plus angle 3. What is told here? See, line by line I am explaining. Make the interior angles on the same side of it taken together. Less than two right angles. See here, if it is less than two right angles is how much? 90 plus 90, 180 degrees. If it is less than 180 degrees, or if this is less than 180 degrees, okay, What is told here? Less than two right angles. Then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, if I produce this or this side, produce indefinitely, meet on that side on which the sum of the angles is less than two right angles. Here, 1 plus 4 is less than 180 or 2 plus 3 is less than 180? By just observing, can anyone tell me?
What, sir?
1 plus 4 is less than 180 or 2 plus 3 is less than 180 by just observation, your observation. Can you tell me?
1 plus 4.
1 plus 4 is less than 180, correct? What he is saying, if two straight lines are there, if third line falling on that, if you take sum of interior angles on same side of transversal, here 1 plus 4, if it is less than 180 degrees, if you produce these lines, they will meet somewhere. Understood? If this side is sum is less than 180, this side they will meet. If this side sum is less than 180, they will meet on this side. Understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
So who has not understood, tell me, I will explain again. If any of you are not understood, you can on and tell me. Samarth Gorgapkar, you are asking before teaching. Now I have taught. If you are not understood, ask me. Samarth, ತಿಳಿದದ
Yes, sir.
ತಿಳಿತಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಿಳಿತದಪ್ಪ? ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಟೀಚರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾರ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದ್ 2 ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಅವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ಸ್, ಇವೆರಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯರ್. ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಇವೆರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವ ಇವೆರಡು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವೆರಡು ನೀವು ಲೈನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇದಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಒಂದೇ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ. ಇವೆರಡು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಟೇಕನ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್. ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಸಮ್ 180ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. 180ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬಂತು, ಅವಾಗ ಇವು ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಇದೇ ತರ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ, ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ, ಇವೆರಡು ಕೂಡ್ಸಿದ್ರ ಇದು 180ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆತರ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ Euclid's fifth postulate. Have you understood or not now?
Yes, sir.
Understood now? How many of you understood? Raise your hand. How many of you understood? Raise your hand and draw this diagram also, you will understand better. You call this as 1, this as 2, 3, 4. Now in figure, angle 1 plus angle 4 is less than 180 degrees, that is two right angles. Or you can write angle 1 plus angle 4 is less than two right angles. So if we extend both the straight lines, they will meet on right side. They will meet on right side. Understood, students? How many of you understood? Raise your hand. Only 2-3 members have raised hand. You are not understood.
Sir, both after what is that, sir?
Both straight lines, ST lines. Straight lines, space is not there, I have written ST. You write straight lines. If we extend both the straight lines, they will meet on right side. Harish, you understood, Harish?
Yes, sir.
No, good.
Sir, don't and
Okay, okay. Diagram should not be raised, correct? Finished. Very good. See, it's equivalent. One more equivalent version of this same postulate is there. Equivalent, write it. Equivalent versions of Euclid's equivalent versions of Euclid's fifth postulate. Equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulate. This postulate, which I am going to tell, is called play pairs. This is called play pairs axiom. This is play pairs axiom. See what play pairs axiom states. If there is a line L, first listen. If there is a line L, and if there is any point P, then what he says, passing through P, you can draw many lines. Correct? Passing through P, you can draw many lines. But what he says, there is only one line parallel to line L. One line L is there. One point P you have taken. Passing through P, you can draw many lines. You can draw infinite lines. But out of infinite lines, there is only one line that is parallel to L. Understanding? If there is one line L, if there is one point P, not lying on L, so okay, point P is there. Passing through P, you can draw one line, only one line, which is parallel to L. Understood? Right. This is known as Euclid's play pairs axiom. For every line L, and for every point P not lying on L, there exists a unique line. There exists a unique line M passing through P and parallel to L. Okay, draw the diagram. One line L is there. Line L. One point P is there. What is told? For every line L means what? You take any line. You take this or this way. Anyway, in any say on the plane, you can take any line. You take any line and take any point, anywhere you take. You need not take here. You can take here, here, or here, anywhere. Okay. Then passing through. What is told? No, P not line L. There exists a unique line. Unique means what? Only one. There is only one line passing through P and parallel to L. Passing through P and parallel to L, there is only one line. This line M is passing through P and it is parallel to this line L. This is parallel to L. This line M is only one line which is parallel to L. If you draw passing through P some other lines, these are not parallel. These are not parallel. Understanding? You can draw infinite lines passing through P. You can draw many lines, but all lines are not parallel to L. There is only one line. There is a unique line. Unique line means only one line that is parallel to L. Understood clearly? Write it and draw it.
Sir, finish.
Finished. Okay. Wait. I am waiting for all. Let everyone write. You understood, students, all of you? This one also?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Next point. This is what it is. Fleischer's axiom. This axiom is known as Fleischer's axiom. Fleischer's axiom. Indirectly, it explains Euclid's fifth postulate. Indirectly, it explains Euclid's fifth postulate. What is Euclid's fifth postulate, students? Euclid's fifth postulate says if there are two straight lines, if third line is falling on this, if third line is falling on this, if you take sum of interior angles on same side taken together, say if angle 1 plus angle 2, if angle 1 plus angle 2, if it is less than 180 degree, what is told? That side, if they produce, they will meet. Correct? What is told in Euclid's fifth postulate? If there are two straight lines, if third line is falling on that straight line, and if you take sum of interior angles on same side of transversal, word is not used. If you take, just 1 minute, students. You understood, students?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, there was interruption here. I was explaining Euclid's fifth postulate. What is Euclid's fifth postulate? If there are two straight lines, if third line is falling on that, if you take interior angle, sum of interior angles taken together, if it is less than 180 degree, for example, 1 and 2, if it is taken together less than 180 degree, what we have said? We have said if we extend these, that side they will meet somewhere. Okay. Okay. Then if angle 1 plus angle 2, if it is exactly 180 degree, what is the meaning then? If it is exactly 180 degree, they will not meet. If it is less than 180, they will meet. This side, if it is less than 180, this side it is more than 180 degree. If it is less than 180, they will meet this side. They will not meet this side. Correct? If it is exactly 180 degree, then don't meet. They don't meet means what? These two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. The same is told indirectly here. What he is telling? He is telling there is only one line which is parallel to L. Means sum of 1 and 2 becomes 180 degree, then this line is parallel. If it is not parallel, then sum becomes less. That is Playfair's axiom. That's why it is told Playfair's axiom is equivalent version of Euclid's fifth postulator. Indirectly, it explains the same. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, one more line you should draw. You should write here. Next line. This result can also be stated as follows. Above result means that is Euclid's Playfair's axiom. Above result can also be stated as two distinct lines, two distinct intersecting, sorry, you write here, two distinct intersecting lines, two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line, This sentence also you write all of
Sir,
it.
first
Yes,
line
sir.
also be after what is that, sir?
This one,
Yes, sir.
above result can also be stated as above result. Already we have discussed. No, we wrote Euclid's that is Playfair's axiom. That can be stated in only one sentence. Like this, I'll explain. Right? Written. See what is told. Two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. For example, if two lines are there, intersecting lines, these are intersecting. L and M, two lines are there, they are intersecting in the point P. L and M cannot be parallel to the same line. If I draw a line parallel to L, say this is parallel to L, LMN. I have drawn N now. This line N is parallel to L. Is it parallel to M also? No. What is told here? Two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. L and M are intersecting lines. So whether L and M can be parallel to the same line? No. L is parallel to M, but L is parallel to N. L is parallel to N. M is not parallel to L. Correct? If I want the line parallel to M, I should draw one more line like this. Understanding or not? Not understood, probably. There are two lines. One is like this. Okay. Let us call this is line L. Another line is there, line M. These two are intersecting in the point P. These two intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. Means what? You cannot draw one line which is parallel to both. If you draw a line parallel to N, it is not parallel to L. If you draw a line parallel to L, it is not parallel to M. Do you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಎರಡು ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವ. ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಇರುವಂತ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೇನು?
No, sir.
ನೋ, ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಎಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಎನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಒಂದ ಲೈನ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಇರುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗುವ ತರ ಒಂದ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ಈಗ ಈ ಲೈನಿಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುವಂಗ ಒಂದೇ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗುವಂಗ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗಂಗ ಎಲ್ ಅದ, ಎಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ಎನ್ ಅದ, ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೈತಂದ್ರ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಯಾಮ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Two intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. There is only one and only one line which is parallel to N. Means there is one and only one line passing through the point P parallel to the line N. Understood now? How many of you understood? Raise your hand. ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀರಿ ನೀವು. Okay, good. You understood then. Next point. You write this sentence, students. A system of axioms is called consistent. A system of axioms is called consistent if it is impossible. If it is impossible to deduce from these axioms a statement that contradicts any axiom or previously proved statement. I'll write this much. Written, write it.
Sir, finish.
Okay.
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, write it. Completed?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes. Now see here, one word is there. I am explaining the meaning of the word consistent here. Okay, and this contradicts. What is told here? A system of axioms is called consistent. If you want to say system of axioms as consistent, how it should be? If it is impossible to deduce from these axioms a statement that contradicts any axiom or previously proved statement. Correct? Has anyone understood this statement? What is told? Here, this axiom, if you want to call system of axioms as consistent, it should not be possible to disprove it. Simple word. Correct? What is told, a system of axioms is called consistent if it is impossible to deduce from these axioms. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರ, ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಡಿಕ್ಟ್, ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಒಬ್ರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಅದ್ರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಇದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದ, ಇದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಇದು ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರ ಇದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅದ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಇದು ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಬೇರೆದವ್ರು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ನಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರೂ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಬಡಿಗರ್ ಸರ್ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟನೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ನೀವು ಅಲ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬಾರ್ದು, ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲೇಬಾರ್ದು. ಅವಾಗ ಅದೇನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಯಮ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ, whole is greater than part. Already Euclid statement is there. Whole is greater than part. So you take any examples. Is it possible to disprove this? Not possible to disprove.
No, sir.
Not possible. ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ ಬರ್ತದೇನು? ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅದು ಇನ್ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್?
Yes, sir.
Understood? Okay. Only thing, it should not be possible to write some other statements which say the axiom is wrong. If you write some other statements from using that axiom, for example, if one axiom is given, using this axiom, if you write some other statements at the end, if you prove this is wrong, then this axiom is not consistent. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what this Euclid did, first he gave some definitions, 23 definitions. and he gave some axioms and postulates. What are axioms and postulates? Axioms are assumptions. Those are assumptions which are universal truths. They are not proved. They are not proved, and proof is not required. Those are self-evident, means themselves will explain. And what are postulates? Postulates are also assumptions. Okay, they are specific to geometry. He gave some definitions, he gave some axioms, and he gave some postulates. Using his axioms, means first he assumed the statements. Using his axioms, he deduced some theorems. He wrote many theorems. Okay. These theorems are called, one sentence you write, students, just you write this. The statements that were proved are called propositions. Okay, or theorems. Okay, the statements which are proved are called propositions or theorems. Okay, before proving it is a statement. After proving they become proposition, or we call it as a theorem. How do we prove the theorem? First we write statement, then we write proof. Okay. For example, already we have
Sir,
studied.
not exams, no, sir. Sir, only bare statement attend, sir, exams all already.
Axioms are assumptions, sir. Those are also statements, sir. They are assumptions, sir. If you prove those will become proposition or theorem. Means those are not proved. Axioms are universal truths, sir. Proof is not required. Okay. Now, if you say one statement, if you prove it, that becomes proposition. For example, if you say statement, I will say statements here. For example, one statement: sum of interior angles of any triangle is 180 degree. This is statement or a theorem or an axiom or proposition. I wrote one statement. Sum of interior angles of any angle is any triangle is 180 degree. This now it is statement. Okay. When it becomes proposition, if you prove it, it becomes proposition. If proof is there for this, then that is proposition or theorem. Okay, what is told here? The statements that were proved are called propositions. Proved statements. This is proved or not? It is proved. In mathematics, you already studied. This becomes there. These statements become theorems. Correct? Before proving, what they will ask? State and prove the theorem. Correct? They will ask state and prove the theorem. First they will ask state the theorem. Means already it is theorem is there, already proved it is there. Means the statement which is proved, that is a theorem or proposition. Understood? But axioms and postulates are not proved. They are accepted. They are accepted. Assumptions are accepted. Proof is not required. Means already there, those are universal truths. Why proof is required? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
You understood, Harish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then Euclid, what he did, he deduced 465 propositions. Euclid deduced 465 propositions are or theorems in a logical chain. This all lines are not necessary. I am making you understand and remember. Chain using his axioms, postulates, and definitions. Write this sentence also. What he did, he gave some definitions, he gave some axioms and postulates. Then he used his axioms and postulates and also definitions to prove some other statements. He gave 465 propositions, 465 theorems he has proved. Understood, students? We will see some of his theorems in the next class. Now, Samarth Borwakar, you are ask me, your network is not there in your home. I am not able to hear properly. Come outside and speak. What is your doubt? Tell me.
Sir, FA1 paper would class test paper be could be checking curry.
ಇಲ್ಲ FA1 ಅಷ್ಟ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಕೀ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆನೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ನೀವ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೀ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಳ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ FA1 ಒಂದ ಕಳ್ಸ್ರಿ
ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ತಂದು ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರಿ
ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪಿಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕ್ತದೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಓದಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
ಸರ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಏನೇ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್
ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲ we will send question paper to you like you write this test, no, like that honestly you should write in your home and give the papers to the school. Okay, when to give all that we will send the message. Okay, understood? ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗ ಸಂಡೇ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಆ ತರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಬರ್ತದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ತಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಏನಂತ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಓಕೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟೂಡ್ ನಾವು ಸಮರ್ಥ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಡೌಟ್ ಓಕೆ ನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಆಲ್
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Very good. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Okay. I think all are given the syllabus, but I haven't sent that syllabus to you guys. Yeah?
Sir.
Yes, all are given, na?
Yes, sir.
I haven't given because I want to discuss with you guys. So that's why I haven't given the syllabus. Now, so the best advice I have ever had, that say we have given.
Yes,
Notes
sir.
of that. Okay, you take it. Syllabus. You take down the syllabus. Okay. First lesson. Okay. The best advice. I ever had. Okay. So second, Mauritius.
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಆ ಲೆಸನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ರಿ.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಂತ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಟುಡೇ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ.
Yes, sir.
Now what about the collectors?
Sir, not given.
ಸರ್ ಬರೀ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೇನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮುಂದೆ.
Question answers ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ ಸರ್.
ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ.
ನೋ ಸರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ. ಓಕೆ. Just wait, I will write down all the things. Second lesson, whole lesson ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So the third lesson only first main we have
C2 and
given.
C3, sir.
C2, C3 we have to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, what about the poems? The grass is really like me.
Didn't give us a
Not
question.
sent, sir.
Okay.
ಸರ್ ಮಾರಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಲೆಸನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ರಿ ಸರ್?
ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಆದರ್ಶ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಇರೋ.
ಸರ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮೇನ್ರಿ
ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ? I have given the lesson, na? You got that. So write it others murder. ಅದನ್ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬರೀತೀವಿ? ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಲಾದ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ. ಓಕೆ. Okay, you do one thing. You may skip, I will give you a choice that you may skip any 2 lessons in of there. Any 2. ನೀವು ಯಾವ್ದು ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವೆರಡು ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
Sir, 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th. Poems.
Sir, 3rd and 5th.
3rd and 5th. Wait. Okay. So now you tell me first, the best advice I ever had is a fix. Okay, that is the fix.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And the grass is really like me also fix.
Yes,
That
sir.
we will not change. So now you are having choice between Mauritius, the collectors and Africa.
Sir, Mauritius change, sir.
And Africa. Sir, collector and Africa.
Collector
Mauritius and Africa.
So
Mauritius and Africa.
Mauritius we have to skip. Okay. We will skip the Mauritius. Okay. Then Africa
Yes,
or
sir.
Africa
collect?
cancel.
Okay.
Africa.
Okay. So now you take down the syllabus. Now here you take down the grammar chapter, active voice and passive voice. Okay. Next. Reported speech. यानी direct, indirect. Okay. So this is what your syllabus. You take down the 5 chapters. The best advice I ever had. Okay. So the next one is the collectors and the grass is really like me. Active and passive voice, reported speech.
So finish.
Hmm. Okay.
So finish.
Okay, okay. So now we will discuss the question answers of the grass is really like me. That will help you. Okay. So question answers. Listen it very carefully. Okay. Then you only say that okay, it's need not to go for the framework or notes. So just by listening the answers, you will get them.
Sir, you do oral, sir, we will get.
You so just you want to dictate me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bhavani. Okay, then I will dictate. So whoever want to write them, write down. Otherwise, I will send them in the group evening. Okay, evening not actually the afternoon section only. Okay. Okay. So first one, the grass is really like me. Okay. Who was the writer of the poem "The Grass is Really Like Me"? Yes, who will give it? Poet. Deepak.
Kishwar Nahad.
Kishwar Nahid. Okay, Kishwar Nahid was the poet. Okay, so now where Kishwar Nahid was born? Where Kishwar Nahid was born? Yes, Lakshmi?
बुलंदशहर उत्तर
Bulan.
प्रदेश
Okay. Bulandshahr, Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Now, what was her famous work? Name the famous work of Kishwar Nahid. Deepak? Deepak.
We Sinful Women.
Okay, We Sinful Woman. Good. So, We Sinful Woman was the famous work of her. Okay. Now, who used to translate the works of Kishwar Nahid into English? Priya.
Ruxana Ahmad.
Ruxana Ahmad. Okay. So Ruxana Ahmad used to translate the works of Kishwar Nahid into English. Okay. So she started a organization called Dash. Rida.
Sir, repeat question once again.
So Kishwar Nahid started an organization, okay, called Dash. Mega, you go for it.
Sir, Hawa.
Hawa or Eve. Hawa or Eve. Okay. What was the goal of that organization?
Help women with independent income to become financially independent through cottage industries and selling handicraft.
Handicrafts. So making the woman making the woman independent, okay, through the income, okay. That the aim of that goal of that organization is to make them financially strong, okay. So through the cottage industries and selling handicrafts, okay. So now, what is the meaning of raise its head? Okay. What is the meaning of the phrase raise its head? Yes. Lakshmi.
The phrase raise his head means the feeling found in women to become independent.
So the simple thing is that, okay, the meaning of that phrase is the woman, okay, women, they want to survive or they want to establish their own identity, okay. They want to survive or they want to establish their own identity. So that is what raise its head means, okay. So there's progress. They want to get progress. So that is what raise its head. Okay, simply. Next. Explain the phrase underfoot to fulfill itself. Fulfill itself. What is the meaning of that? Bhagyashree.
Yes, sir.
You give it. Explain the phrase unfurl.
Food to fulfill itself is the poetess compares a grass to herself. The people walk on grass and trample it, so it has to face it. Similarly, the women also unfurl themselves in male-dominated society to express themselves.
Okay. So actually the line meaning is that the grass open out even it under the foot of someone. To do justify our existence, likewise, women seek meaning their lives even when they are trampled upon by men. Okay, so even though men used to seek the, compared herself to grass, and those people who used to underfoot it, they are none other than the male. So whenever she tried to raise up, it's her head. So at that time, or she want to progress herself at that. Like that only. They don't have the common sense at least. Okay. So now simply that whenever she try to grow herself, okay, or show her existence in the universe, that time again the male used to underfoot her. That is the meaning of that phrase. Next. Refer 4, line and 5. Are they contrasting? Which one do you think is the poet referring to? Okay, so line 4 and 5. First, you tell me that whether they are the contrasting. Contrasting means opposite. If it is there, then you tell me what the poet referring to that lines whom, okay, or what thing. Okay, Preeti. Yes, Preeti, go for it.
Line 4 talks of the woman made to feel ashamed of her being a woman, and line 5 talks about the forcible submission of a woman by men. They are contrasting, and the poet refers more to the second thought. She feels that woman by herself is never submissive, but it is men who make her become one.
Okay, good. So that is what we are having. Line 4 and 5 are a contrast to each other. Simple thing. They are contrast. So that fourth line that tells that, so that woman, she has to feel ashamed of her being, okay, a woman. And line 5 talks about that. That is the forcible of a submission of woman by men. So that is what the contradictory or contrast or opposite ideas that the poet used to use in the fourth and fifth line. Okay. That is the feelings of that woman. See, she never submissive. So that is what she talks in that 2 lines. Okay. Next, the poet is associating herself with grass. Why? When she says me, is she referring to just herself or entire woman folk? So this is what the questions we are having. You make the first one clear. So the poet associating herself with the grass. She's comparing herself with grass. If yes, then why? Then you go that if she says that me means here, she means referring the whole woman folk or only herself. Yes, go for it. Yes, anyone? Hey, Mahesh Patil, stop the video.
Good question.
Just wait. Deepak Rugi.
Yes, sir.
Who is that Mahesh N. Patil?
Sir, ಮೊದಲಿನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬಂದಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬಂದಾನೇನ? Okay.
Sir, na new student iddini.
Okay. Don't start the video, okay? and whoever that put the things, you put your names only. Okay, whoever not put your names, we will remove. Okay, just simply that is all.
I can't name only, sir.
You not. Someone put that symbol, so I have removed now only. Don't worry. Okay. Next. Who will give the answer? Is she comparing herself to grass?
Yes.
Yes, she is comparing herself to grass. Why? Chetan.
The poet associates herself with the grass because just as grass is trampled upon by all passerby, woman is also trampled upon by patriarchal forces in society. However, when the speaker says me or she does not mean her individual self, she means the entire women folk who are more or less in same position of subjugation.
Okay. Okay. She compares herself to grass. Yes, she compares herself to grass because how grass never stops growing, like that she also never stops growing or her efforts of showing her existence. Okay. So whenever the people try to underfoot, grass, even though grass used to grow again and again, like that, whenever the male-dominated society try to just resolve her existence or remove her existence, at that time she just rise up her head, means she grown again and again, and she showed her existence. Okay, so that's why she comparing herself grass, not a straw, because those people who not able or not having the strength to face that sufferings, they will stop their efforts of rising. But she compares herself to the grass. She never stops the risings. She never stops that her efforts to grow or show her existence. So that's why she compares herself to grass. Okay. Next. Do you think the lawnmowers are the same in sorry, another one left with that. So me is referring to just herself or entire woman folk?
Entire woman folk.
Entire woman folk. See, she is not saying about her problems only. So through her story, she's just emphasizing the whole problems of the woman folk. Okay. Next. Do you think the lawnmowers are the same in the case of grass and poet?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
They are same.
Yes, sir.
How? You tell me how. Mega. Mega, give it.
If in the case of the grass or workers who do, but the lawns in the case of poet are chauvinistic of equality.
Okay, listen it. In the case of grass and okay, in the case of grass and the poet, the lawnmowers are different. Okay, so in the case of grass, that is lawnmower. In the case of poet, that is male-dominated society. Okay, but see, both will do the same thing. So lawnmowers used to cut the grass and make it as a ground level. Okay, like that, the male-dominated society, okay, or a male. So that's also use the same thing. So that's also suppress the woman. Okay, that makes the woman's existence to the vanish level. So that's why both are same in the working process. Okay, but the only the things sympathizing they were different. Okay. Next, pick out the line from which the poet shifts attention from grass to woman. Who is the you in line 11? Yes, Lasangi, go for it.
To level woman down to from this line, the poet shifts the attention from grass to woman. How you strive and endure. The word you in the line 11 refers to the men in general who tries to fight the independence of women.
The line is simple. To level woman down to from this line, the poet shifts the attention of the grass to woman. Okay. The word you in the line 11 refers to men, okay, or male dominated society in generally. Okay. So they will use to try to make that stifle the independence of a woman or the existence of a woman. Okay, next. You got that line? The line is simple. To level woman down to, from that line that shifts to woman only. Grass to, attention shifts to grass to woman. But the word you means here male dominated society or male. Simple. Seventh one. What does the phrase scorching defeat refers to? Okay. What does the poet mean by the words, okay, grafted onto the earth? First you go for the only scratching defeat. Then we will go for the grafted on the earth. Okay. Yes, Bhagya, go for it.
The phrase scorching defeat refers to humiliating defeat of women who feel fear by the oppressing male and give up their fight for their rights. Such women are grafted on the earth.
Okay. The phrase scorching defeat means, okay, the phrase scorching defeat means the feeling of helplessness, okay, or disillusionment of a woman, okay, when a man tramples on her, okay, or her individuality, okay. So simply I will explain that scorching defeat means the feeling of helplessness. Okay, the feeling of helplessness of woman. Okay, of a woman. So who disillusionment? So that is who disilluminated feeling of a woman. So when a man tramples on her, that is what we are having. Okay, and so grafted to earth means what? Grafted to earth means, see, that women have to remain as a people without any importance in the society, like a dried stalks of straw through a corner. So now how what happens? So grafted on the onto the earth means simply that woman, who she was not having any individual existence without a male. Okay, so in the society, so that is what they consider. So now, like that, if it is like that, then she says that. So the importance in the society of the woman, like a dried stack of straw, which is thrown in a corner. She simply compares like that. Okay. Next. What is the poet trying to tell us in the line 18 and 19? What the poet used to tell us in the line 19 and 18? Siti.
Yes, sir.
Give it.
Lines 18 and 19 refer to those women who succumb to the power that works against them. They get grafted to the earth and allow the more powerful to have their victory. They are like weak straws. However, not all women are weak and feeble. Some women raise their heads and fight against injustice. They are like the grass which unfurls and fulfills itself even as it is being trampled upon.
Okay, very good. Okay. The simple thing is that, so line 18 and 19 means here simply, the poet says that whenever the women try to assert their individuality or the existence, they are ruthlessly, subdued and have to, meekly obey the men. They have to obey the men. So by losing their independence, then become living dead. So that's why she used to say that she was not like that category of a woman. So she was, like grass. So who always try to overgrow or grow. So that's why she said that those who were the women who suffers or who face the problems by the male dominated society or the sufferings faced by the male dominated society, then also she tries to grow up or show her individual existence in the society. They are simply she compared them with the grass. Okay, and those women who suppressed by the male and even though they were not trying to show their existence or their individuality, just they become the servants of the male. So then she compares them like a straw. Okay, they are not of use. Simply, she used to say like this. Okay. Next, ninth one. But neither the earth nor woman's desire to manifest life dies. Explain the meaning of the above lines. Neither the earth nor woman's desire to manifest life dies. Shruti.
The meaning of the above lines is woman was man that instead of all their efforts, women decide to raise their voices against male will not die, it will manifest or revive again and again until their climb to their life is fulfilled.
Okay. So she used to say that neither the earth's nor woman's desire to manifest life dies, even in the condition of earth or woman. So they never stopped growing. They never stopped their existence. Okay, whatever the burdens they had. Even though earth had so many burdens on it, okay, on its surface, then also it used to show its own existence and it tries to show it again and again. Like that, woman also, she never stops her manifest life. Okay, so she used to show it again and again with her activity. Okay, so that's what he shows. Okay, so every time that whatever the man or male dominated society tries to make her weaker, so make her underfoot, so that they even shows their existence very strongly. That is what the meaning. Okay, simple. And you just focus on that lines. Okay, figures of speeches. So we will ask them in the exam, definitely. Okay. So the grass is also like me. Okay, that is simile. So what is simile means? Simile means a figure of speech where we are having the comparison. We must have the comparison by using the words as or a like. So we are using the word as or like to compare the things or a persons. So in the first sentence or the example what they have given, so there is a like, word like is there. So that's why it is a simile. So like that we will give some other. Next, metaphor. But they are merely straw, not grass. But they are merely straw, not grass. Okay. Here also comparison is there. Okay. Those women who suppressed and accept that suffer. Okay. And accept that defeat with the male. So that women are comparing with the straw. Okay. So now the comparison is there, but we are not having such a word like as or a like. We are not having them. So then it is metaphor. So in both conditions, simile and metaphor, we are having comparison. But in simile, we are having as or like to compare the things. But in the metaphor, we are not having any words such. Okay. Then next one, personification. Okay. Another two examples we will give for metaphor. Next one, that is fear is the tax that consigns pays to guilt. Okay. Fear is comparing with the tax. Okay. So it's also metaphor. Next, work is food for noble minds. So that is also metaphor. Work is food for noble minds. So work is comparing with food. Okay. So that's also metaphor. And man needs God as he needs water and oxygen. Okay. That line is example for a simile because as is there. Okay. Now another one, personification is there. Okay. Which one? Okay. As soon as it can raise its head, the lawnmower obsessed the flattening it into velvet. Okay, moves in down again. Okay, so that is what the line we are having, personification. Simply you remember that what is personification? Personification means it is a figure of speech in which or in where we are giving the living beings property to the non-living things. Okay. For example, growing is a living being's character, but sometimes we will give it to non-living things. Like that, moon is smiling. Okay, the moon is smiling. So moon will not smile. The smiling properties are living beings. Okay, so that we have given to that moon. Simply that is personification. Like that, whenever you are giving the non-living things property to the living things, so then they are called as a personification. Okay, and you just watch that. Grammar sessions.
So sixth one, simile or personification?
Sixth one, man needs God as he needs water and oxygen. Is na?
Yes,
that
sir.
is what. Okay. Actually, that is metaphor simply. Okay. Man needs God. Man needs God as he needs water and oxygen. Okay. Simple thing is that just he is comparing with that water and oxygen to God. Okay. You don't think of about the man. Okay. Man needs that two things, which God and see water and oxygen. Okay. Just he comparing that water and oxygen with the God. Okay. So you read that grammar section what you are having after the lessons also. Okay. So there is one question compulsory we are having based on that figures of speeches. Okay. And you read that meanings of, okay. So meanings of the phrases and meanings of the new words. Okay. And you read that common things, articles, question tags, active passive voices, and direct indirect things. Okay.
So glossaries also we should.
That's why. That's what I have already informed. You have to read that glossary also. Okay. You read that glossaries, and you read that prefix and suffixes you are having, prefix and suffixes after the lesson collectors. Okay. You watch them. Okay. One more thing. So you just read that question answers. I will send the question answers of that collectors lesson. How was the group? So why was the group looking for shelter? Why was that group looking for shelter?
Because it was heavy raining.
Because it was raining heavily. Okay, it was raining heavily. How far was the village from the place the group was living in?
3 miles.
3 miles away. Okay. That is simple lesson is there. Whoever used to sit properly and listen the class, so they will able to give the answers. Okay. Why did Mr. Hunt hesitate to seek shelter in the house?
Because when Mr. Hunt came that summer that house was not there.
And it is also not good to take all the people, students or the children to the strange people's house. Okay, so that's why he hesitated to ask the shelter or seek the shelter. Okay, good. So that 2 points you have to give. So when last time he came to there was no that kind of a house there. He hasn't find any kind of house there now like this. So even he thought that it is not good to go and ask a shelter to taking all the children to the strange people's house. Okay. Next, name the occupants of the house.
Mr. and Mrs. Brown.
Okay. What about the strange things about Mrs. Brown?
She has 7 fingers.
She has 7 fingers on her hand. Okay. So what did the children find in the larger cupboard?
Electronic gadgets.
Electronic gadgets. So electronic gadgets, dials, clocks, okay, those things. So you have to remember. So these things, this question is also very important. What seemed unnatural in the house to the children? This is a very important question. You take it as a important, okay. What seemed unnatural to the house to the children?
There was no pans.
There was no pan, basins, or washing machines, okay.
And the fridge.
And there is nothing. There is nothing in that fridge. So even the fridge was not working. Okay, there were no plates, cups. So these things are the strange, okay, of about that house, or unnatural of about that house. Okay. Okay, where were the aliens taking the children?
To their home planet.
To their home planet. Okay, good. Why they were collecting the creatures from the other planets?
To their experiments and scientific studies.
For their experiments, scientific studies. Okay. Good. Okay. When Pete went to Mr. Hunt was not moving and was staring blank because
He was drugged.
he was drugged. Good. Hmm. Okay, so these are the easy questions. Okay, collector is a easy chapter. Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Yes, good morning, students. Yes, good morning, students. Can you hear me?
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning. Very good morning. So, did you start your preparation for the SA1 exam?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sincerely, you will write without seeing now. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, let me come to the explanation of the activity that was on the osmosis through the potato. Isn't it? We were discussing about that one. Yes or no? So, did you get the answer for it? Yes? Students, did you get the answer? Why didn't the osmosis occur in A and D? But why did the osmosis occur in B and C?
Yes, ma'am.
4 cups we had taken, isn't it? 4 cups. Of what? 4 cups of what did we take?
Potato.
Yes?
Potato.
Potato.
Very good. We had prepared the cups of the potato. Okay, we had prepared the cups of the potato. What did we do? We took 4 potatoes. Among the 4, 3 were normal and the 4th one was a boiled. Okay. And then what did we do? A, B, C, D. 4 potatoes were taken. All the 4 were peeled. Peeled means the outer skin was removed out. And we had prepared the cups. Cups, how did we prepare? We have cut it down and up and then scooped it. Scooped it and then we prepared the cups of the potato like this. Okay, we prepared the cups of the potato. A, then B, then C, okay, C and D. So what is the difference between the 3 and the 4th one? D potato. How was the potato D?
Boiled.
Was
Very
boiled.
good. This is the boiled potato. Okay. And all of them are kept in a trough containing water, isn't it? All of them were kept in the troughs which were containing water. Now, how much water should be there? Half. It shouldn't go inside by naturally. It should go by the process of osmosis. It should enter through the process of osmosis, water. It shouldn't go naturally like this, okay? So what we are doing? Water, everywhere water. Okay, water here. And any difference in the cups? So anything did we add to the cups? In cup
Sugar.
A, anything was added?
Yes. No, ma'am.
No, it is empty cup. Okay, empty. In second one, what did we add?
Sugar.
1 teaspoon of sugar. In the third one,
1 teaspoon salt.
very good. 1 teaspoon salt. The last one,
1 teaspoon of
1
sugar.
teaspoon of sugar.
very good. 1 teaspoon of sugar was added. Correct? So these are the 4 setups that we have used for the osmosis. A, B, C, D. First 3 potatoes were normal, peeled and scooped. And the 4th one is boiled potato. Okay? After boiling, peeled and scooped potato cup it is. In this, there is 1 teaspoon of sugar. In C, 1 teaspoon of salt. In B, 1 teaspoon of sugar. And the first cup is empty. Okay, this setup you have to keep in the trough where water is there. They should be half immersed in the water. Who should be immersed in water? The potato cup should be half immersed in water. For how many hours are you keeping this setup? For how many hours?
2 hours.
2 hours. So this setup should be kept for 2 hours. And after the 2 hours, you have to observe what is the change that has occurred. So if you see the first cup, is there any change? Any change? Can you guess? Just think it over. Any change? No change. No osmosis. Okay? No osmosis in the first case. Second case, is there osmosis? See, check it. Osmosis is there in second case, in B?
Yes, ma'am.
There is osmosis. Yes, osmosis is there. In third case?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. In fourth case?
No.
See, why there is no osmosis in the first case means it is a controlled setup. We didn't add anything. We didn't generate any concentration difference. That means there is a controlled setup. Since it is a controlled setup, we have not created any concentration difference. This water will not enter the potato. So because of that reason, there is no osmosis. In the second and third case, there is sugar here and there is salt here. That means what we have done? We have created the concentration difference. The quantity of sugar in the cup B is less. The quantity of water in the outside the potato is more. That means the one which is higher in concentration will move from high concentration area to low concentration area. So because of that, in the second case, you observed the process of osmosis. Okay. Similarly, in the third case, there was salt in the cup of the potato. Concentration difference again was created. Now the water entered from outside to inside the potato. What you'll observe? The level of the water will decrease outside and the level of the water will increase inside the potato. Inside the potato, the level of the water has raised. Whatever only sugar was there now, their water has come now inside the potato. In third potato also, water has come inside the potato. That means osmosis is occurring in B and C. Now let us come to D. Is there water in the cup D?
No, ma'am.
No osmosis means water didn't enter the potato. In the first case, it didn't enter because there was no concentration difference. But in the last case, we are adding sugar. Since there was no sugar, no salt, so controlled setup was there, no concentration difference was there, so water didn't enter into the potato. But here, what we are doing? We are adding the sugar here. Though we have added the sugar, though we have created the concentration difference, even then the water is not entering the potato. Why? Why is the potato not water entering?
Because it already spelled.
Very good. Because the potato used here is boiled. Due to boiling, the cells will die. The cell membrane has derupted. The cell membrane has derupted. That means the
denature.
Okay, because of that reason, very good. Because of that reason, there is no process of osmosis observed in the case D. Only in B and C, you will observe the osmosis. So is it clear about this activity? So anybody any doubt on this?
A, B, C.
No,
No, ma'am.
no, ma'am.
Explain B and C.
A, B, C.
See, in A, there is no osmosis. We are not kept anything in this. In B and C. In B, a teaspoon of sugar is there in cup B. 1 teaspoon of sugar is there in cup C. That means we are creating concentration difference. So water will enter from higher concentration to lower concentration. The level of the water in cup B will also rise. The level of the water in cup C will also rise. From outside, the water is going inside. From here also, inside. Understood? Why?
Structure raw material.
This potato galuri. That's potatoes are there. These are the potatoes. Batati. ಹೊರಗಿಂದ ಸಿಪ್ಪಿ ತೆಗೆಯೋದು ತಳಗಿನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇಲಿನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕೂಪ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಹಡ್ಡುದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಸರ್ ಕಪ್ ಗತೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಾಟ್ ಪೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಔಟರ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ Scooping. What do you call for scooping? ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಭಾಗ ತೆಗೆಯುವುದು.
Ice cream.
Okay, like ice cream. Okay, just you have to make a cavity inside that potato. A potato ಒಳಗೆ ಕಟ್ ಗತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. It shouldn't touch the bottom. It shouldn't touch the bottom. ಇದು ತಳಗಿನ ತನ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. Okay, it should be just upper side. You have to make a cup like a shake of the potato. That's all. These are the potatoes that I have kept in the water. So understood, Arish? These are the potatoes. In 1 cup of the potato, I am adding 1 teaspoon of sugar. In the another cup of the potato, I am adding 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, after keeping this set up for 2 hours, the water will enter the cup B. Neer ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. Here also the water will enter the cup C. Why is the water going means? Because of the process of osmosis. Who is playing the role of the semi-permeable membrane here?
Potato.
Very good. Potatoes are playing the role of the semi-permeable membrane. Okay. Here these potatoes are acting like the semi-permeable membrane, and the water is entering from the trough to the inside the potato. Here also from tray to the potato. So this is the process of osmosis occurring, and this potato is playing the role of the semi-permeable membrane. So understood? This is an experiment to understand about the osmosis. How does the osmosis occur? Okay. So with this, we will complete the total chapter. Now let me come to the next chapter. And the notes on this, the answers for this I have given you in the notes. Isn't it? Answers are there. So let me come to the next chapter, which is the next chapter that we are going to deal now.
Tissues.
No. I told we'll go to physics. We have dealt 2 chapters from chemistry, 1 from biology. So we will go to the physics section, that is motion. Okay? Don't go to the another meaning of the motion. We will come to motion, which is of physics. 8th chapter will be. Okay? Motion means, what is the meaning of motion? Movement. Motion means movement. Isn't it? Motion in general means movement. Motion. Don't go to the motion of biology. This is motion. Okay, unit 8, motion. See, before going to understand about the motion, we should know what do you mean by rest. Then we will come to motion. Rest means what? See, with respect to me, okay, I'll take myself as the reference point. If I'm observing the thing, myself is the reference point for me, isn't it? So what I will observe? I observe this computer. Is the computer moving? No. Is this PC moving? No. Is the window moving? No. That means when I am observing this object, let us take window only. Okay. When I am observing this window with reference to me, it's not posing, it's not changing its position. Whether the window will change its position? Yes? No. So the objects that will not change the position with reference to a point, with respect to a reference point. Here I am myself is the reference point, or you can take anybody else. Okay, any other example also take. Okay, if any object is not at all moving or not at all changing, if any object is not changing its position with respect to the reference point, then that object is said to be in rest. It will not change the position. If it is not changing the position, we will say that it is in which position? In which condition?
Rest.
Okay. The condition is said to be rest if that object will not change the position with respect to a reference point. Okay. If that object is changing the position, for example, car is moving. It's changing the position. The car will be changing the position. Now, what do we call for that condition of the car?
Motion.
We will say that it is in motion. Okay, we will say that the object is in motion. When the object is said to be in motion, if it is continuously changing its position with respect to the reference point. So understood about the rest and the motion? Rest means that object shouldn't change the position. If it is not changing the position, then it will be said that it is in rest. If it is changing the position, we will say that it is in what?
Motion.
Motion. Understood? So first take down these two definitions of rest and motion. Okay, rest means here an object is said to be in rest if it is not changing. A body is said to be in a state of rest. Okay, a body or object you can call it. A body is said to be in rest if it does not change. What does not change its position with respect to a reference point, okay, reference point. So this is the definition of the rest. A body is said to be in a state of rest if it doesn't change its position with respect to a reference point. Now similarly, motion. Only just is here. Here it does not change. Here it will change. Same thing again. A body is said to be in a state of motion if it changes. It should change. If it changes its position. If it changes its position, continuously it should change its position. Okay, continuously with respect to the reference point. With respect to the reference point. So this is about the rest and the motion. See, when we are speaking about the motion, what are the things around us? Whatever we see, everything is in motion. We have studied planets. Planets, how they are moving? They are moving, no? Planets, are they in rest? Yes? No. Planets are moving, isn't it? Planets are moving. Around whom they are moving?
Sun.
They are revolving. They are moving around the sun. They are moving around the sun. Now, if you are seeing me, I am also moving, isn't it? If the video is on, if I see you, you will also be moving. You are writing anything, isn't it? The planets that we see, the objects that we see besides us, fan, moving, isn't it? Fan, it's moving. If you see the vehicles on the road, they are moving, isn't it? Everything, whatever we observe around us, the leaves of the tree, see, observe them. They are moving. Why they are moving? Because the wind is blowing. What about the wind? The wind is also moving, isn't it? Why the leaves are moving? It is because of the wind. So what about the wind? Wind is also moving. That means everything, whatever is there around us, is moving. Now I'll stand still. I'll stand still. So do you think that I am in a position of rest with respect to you? Yes, I am in rest or in motion?
Yes, ma'am.
I am in rest. But there are still so many things inside our body which are moving. So what are those things that are moving? Blood.
Oxygen.
Heartbeat.
Blood, gases, that is oxygen, nutrients which are dissolved in the blood. There are so many things that is totally moving around our body or around in the whole world around us. It isn't it? Whatever the things are there around us, everything is moving. So whatever the things are moving, that means they are changing their positions. They are changing their positions. Since they are changing their positions, we call them that they are in motion. See, all of them will be moving in the same way. Observe them. Whatever the things that they are moving around you, if you observe them, all are moving in the same manner or they are moving in different way?
They are moving in different ways.
They are moving in different way. Very good. So how they will be moving? One. So for example, we'll take the bus or a car. How it will be going on the road? In a straight line. Straight line. Okay. Now let us see the fan. How it is moving? Circular, round, circular manner. Now, have you seen the pendulum of a watch? I think nowadays it is not at all there.
Ma'am, yes.
It was there in the olden days.
Curving.
Have you seen the pendulum of a watch? See, the watch will be like this. Earlier days it was there. We have seen in our childhood in our grandfather's home. So I don't know whether you have seen or not. So here the numbers will be there. Okay, 1, 2, so many numbers will be there. So many means only 12 numbers will be there. Okay, and there will be a bob down here. Bob. Okay, here this bob will be there. He will be moving like this, like like this it will be moving. Okay, how it will be moving is like this. See.
Swinging.
Have you observed this kind of a movement anywhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
This is usually seen in the watches where there is a pendulum. This is called as pendulum. Okay, pendulum. And that pendulum will be moving like this. This is the reference point. Okay, this is the reference point. This is the reference point. It will be not only oscillatory motion or vibration. I'm coming to that point only. If it is moving to and fro, that means to, fro, to, fro, to, fro. So this kind of the motion is called as oscillatory motion or vibration. Okay, or you can take a rubber band, stretch it and observe. Stretch it and vibrate it and observe. Up and down, it will move. No? That kind of the motion is called as vibratory motion or oscillatory motion. So based on the path in which the object moves, further the motion is being classified into 3 types. Which are those 3 types? Means linear motion, circular motion, oscillatory motion. And oscillatory motion is also called as vibratory motion. If we come to the real life, where you can see the linear motion, where the objects are moving in the straight line, where you can see the linear motion?
In road?
On the road, or you can say the example, best example is train. Train, it will be moving on the railway track. Isn't it? Railway tracks are the vehicles that are moving on the road. Okay, this is about the linear motion. Can you give me the example of the circulatory motion? Circulatory motion. Very good, very good. But you are saying clock. What actually moves in the clock in a circular manner? Yes.
That minute.
Are the needles of the clock, hands of the clock, hour hand and minute hand. And second hand is also there usually. Okay, the hands of the clock will be moving. How they are moving? They are moving in a circular manner. So we can say that we can conclude that hands of the clock are in circulatory motion. Correct? Now vibration. Can you give the example of vibration or oscillation?
Clock only.
Clock only. This is the best example. The pendulum of the watch is the best example for the oscillatory motion. Okay, or vibratory motion. You can call the string of the guitar, but there it's very difficult to observe the string vibrating. It will be vibrating in very light manner. You cannot observe. Okay, vibration of the strings of the guitar. But here you can see the vibration very clearly in the pendulum of the watch. So this is about the different types of motion. So take down about the different types of motion. Okay, have you taken down this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me come to the different types of the motions. When we come to the types of the motion, how many types of motions are there?
3 types.
3 types. Which is the first one?
Linear motion. Circular.
Linear motion. Second one?
Circular motion.
Circular motion. And the third one,
Vibrating motion.
vibratory motion or oscillatory motion. Okay, types of motion. Types of motion. First one, linear motion. Okay, linear motion. Second one, circulatory motion. Okay, circulatory. Third one, oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion is also called as vibrating motion. Vibratory motion. So these are the three different types of the motion. Which are the three? First one,
Linear motion.
linear,
Circular motion.
circulatory, yes, oscillatory. So one by one we'll write about them. Okay, first one, linear motion. If the path of the object is a straight line, if the motion of the path of an object is a straight line, then it is linear motion. Okay. You take down this one by one, we'll write clearly and we'll write the examples also. Okay, have you taken down this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, take it down. Then we will write about the linear motion first, about the definition and example. Then next one, like this. Okay, one by one we'll write. Cycle arranged now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let me come to the first one, linear motion. When you call that the object is in a linear motion, if the motion of the object, if the path of motion is a straight line, can you see? A straight line. If the path of motion is a straight line, if the path of motion of object, okay, here, of object, you add the word here. If the path of motion of object is a straight line, then it is said to be in linear motion. Okay, linear motion. So I have skipped the word, so I have written here. Here it comes. Okay, here it comes. Understood now? If the path of motion of object is a straight line, then it is said to be in linear motion. Example, train on railway tracks. Train on railway tracks. Bus on the road. Okay, bus on road, etc. Easier examples so that you can get an idea about that kind of the motion. Okay, this is about the first one. Second one, circulatory motion. The same thing, exactly what you are doing. The path should be a circular path. Okay, if the path of the motion of the object, same way again. If the path of motion of the object is a circular path. See, if the path of the motion of the object is a circular path, then it is said to be in a circular motion. Correct? Example here. We'll get the example that you have given. Hands of the clock. Okay, hands of the clock. Hands of clock. We can tell planets also, no? Motion of planets. Yes or no? Motion of planets. Isn't it? Motion of planets, etc. Take it down. Okay. So you can write some other examples also, whichever you feel easy, whichever will help you to understand very clearly, you can write that one. Okay. So you can say any examples. So is it clear about the linear motion and circulatory motion? Linear motion means it is the path.
Clear.
Yes, if this side it is not visible, I think so. Yes, it's not visible. Planets, etc. It is ETC. Wait, I'll erase it. Okay, that much only I'll erase it. I think it's not visible. Now it is clear. It will be visible. See, observe it.
Yes,
Up to here only it is. Up to here only. Planets, etc. Up to here only. Okay. So about the linear motion is if the path of motion of object is a straight line, then it is said to be in a linear motion. So example that I have given here is train on railway track and bus on the road. Okay, you can give any other examples. The next one is circulatory motion. If the path of motion of the object is a circular path, that means it is moving in a circular manner, then it is said to be in a circular motion. An example is the best example that you have given, students. So I have written that only. Hands of clock, motion of the planets. Okay, so this is the example. I can erase the first linear motion.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody has taken down. If you are not written, you say me. Don't think that if you are not written also, I can tell you. Okay? I can erase the first one, linear motion.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So let me come to the third type of the motion. Which is the third one? Oscillatory motion. Okay? The third one is oscillatory motion. And see, they are telling that the school is going to start soon. So all these books should be there with you, okay? Oscillatory motion. All the notes that I have given on the board, everything should be there in your class of homework books, okay? So when you say that the object is in oscillatory motion, if it is moving to and fro path, if it is moving in a to and fro path with respect to the origin. For example, we'll take the origin like this. You have learned integers. Have you learned integers? Yes, tell me. Have you learned integers? Don't say no. I have only taught you. Okay. You know about the integers. So 0 will be in the middle. All the positive numbers on the right side. Negative integers, negative natural numbers on the right side. Isn't it? So this is the number line. So did you remember the number line? 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, right side. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, left side. Isn't it? So this is the number line. If the object is moving 2 centimeters to the right. So let me take like this. This is an object, ball. If it is moving, let me take 3 centimeters. Okay, 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters here. See, to and fro motion means plus 3 that side, minus 3 this side, plus 3, minus 3, plus 3, minus 3. If the body is moving like this, then you say that the object is in oscillatory motion. This kind of motion is called as
Oscillatory motion.
to and fro motion, that is oscillatory motion or vibratory motion. What is the path? The path is to and fro from the origin. Okay, the path, if the path, okay, take it down. If the path of motion, this diagram also you take it down along with this. The path of motion of the object is to write this in an inverted comma. To and fro. To and fro. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. To and fro with respect to origin. With respect to origin. See, if the path of the motion of the object is to and fro with respect to the origin, then it is said to be in oscillatory motion. Correct? Oscillatory motion. Understanding now? So because of that reason, I have drawn the number line and then I have shown a box. This is the origin. O is the origin. 0 is the origin. You should write. I can erase this. Circulatory motion, isn't it? Finished now?
Board is not saying clearly.
Which part is not visible? You can tell. I will dictate you.
Upper oscillation.
This one. Oscillatory motion. See, I'll read. With the help of the scale, I'll tell you. Oscillatory motion. Okay. If the path of motion of the object is to and fro, fro, with respect to origin, then it is said to be in oscillatory motion. So is it clear? Or let me read once again.
Yes, ma'am.
It's clear, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
no need to repeat. Okay, I'll erase this. I can erase this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now example. The bob of the pendulum, isn't it? The bob of the pendulum. Bob of pendulum watch. A pendulum. Bob of pendulum. So this is about the different types of the motions that you will come across. Okay. Now in your lower classes you all learned about the two things, I think so. Let me get it clarified by asking you questions. Do you know what do you mean by scalar quantity and vector quantities? Do you know about scalars and vectors? Anybody any idea? Scalar quantity and vector quantity. Scalar and vector. Do you know? Has anybody any idea about the scalar quantities and the vector quantities?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, it is there in 8th standard. Your 9th standard, no? It is there in 8th standard. So let me come, let it be, whatever it is. So scalar quantities and vector quantities. These will be two types of the quantities will be there. Scalar quantities means these are the physical quantities which have magnitude. These will having the magnitude, but no direction. The direction will not be there with them. The physical quantities, they are the physical quantities, they are also the physical quantities, both of them. Scalars are also physical quantities, vectors are also the physical quantities. But when we come to the scalar quantities, they have only magnitude. They doesn't have the direction. Okay. If we come to the vector quantities, they have both the things. They are also the physical quantities, but they have both the things. Magnitude as well as direction. Both the things will be there with them. What are the two things there with the vector quantities? Magnitude and direction. What is there with the scalar quantity? Only magnitude. What is not there in the scalar quantity? Direction. So let us understand more clearly with the examples. Okay, examples will help us to understand it more clearly. So let me come to the example of mass. See, if an object is there, let us see that there is an object. And let us take a potato. Okay, in a potatoes or tomatoes are there in the basket. Okay. So if this basket is having potatoes, we will weigh them. So let the weight be 5 kg. Okay. The mass is 5 kg. The weight is, what is the weight of this one? Potatoes means 5 kg. Will you say 5 kg to the north, 5 kg to the south, 5 kg to the east, 5 kg to the west?
No, ma'am.
Yes? No. Then whether this is a scalar or vector quantity?
Scalar.
Very good. It is a scalar quantity. What is the mass of the potatoes means? 5 kg. 5 kg potatoes. You say that there are 5 kg of potatoes in the basket. We will not say that 5 kg of potatoes are in the north side. 5 kg of potatoes are in the south side. We will not say like this. Isn't it? So the example of the scalar is mass. Another example we can give for the scalar quantity. Can you give the example for the scalar quantities? Do you have any idea in your mind?
Acceleration.
Water bottle.
Yes, once again, I didn't understand.
Water.
Water, exactly. I'm telling in terms of the physical quantities.
Ma'am, length.
Length. Okay, length. Length, see, is it okay? Length? Okay, length is okay. Length we can say okay. Why? Because what is the length of the line? What is the length of the line? Just give any number. What is the length of the line?
3 centimeter.
Okay, 3 centimeters. Okay, 3 centimeters. Very good example. Length is another example for the scalar quantity. Okay, so another good example. So length. What is the length of the line? You will say 3 centimeters. So will you say 3 centimeters to the north, 3 centimeters to the south, 3 centimeters east, west? No. If you mention the direction, then it becomes a vector quantity. Okay, if you mention the direction, it becomes vector quantity. But you are not mentioning the direction. So this is also scalar quantity. This is also scalar quantity. Isn't it? Both are the scalar quantities. Now let me give another example. Now somebody is suffering from fever. Okay, I will give this example. Later you can give. Okay, any other example that you have in your mind? Yes, you can.
Temperature.
That only I am telling you. Temperature. So somebody is suffering from fever. Okay, you'll measure the temperature. Then you'll observe it. Then you'll say that he is suffering from fever. The temperature of the body is 96 or 97 degrees Celsius. Okay. So will you say 97 degrees Celsius, north, south, east, west?
No.
Will you mention that? No. So temperature is another quantity which is a scalar quantity. So these are the scalar quantities in which there is no direction mentioned. If the direction is mentioned, for example, now you say that length, this is a 3 centimeter line. Now I will make a boy to stand near the tower. Let it be a clock tower or let it be a water tank. Okay, water tank. I will say him to stand 10 meters north from the water tank. Then what is mentioned there? 10 meters north from the water tank. Is it a scalar or vector? I am mentioning the direction there. North means we should stand in the north only. That means it is a vector quantity. Isn't it? If I in general say, stand 10 meters from the tank, he can stand in any direction, no? He can stand in any direction.
Yes, ma'am.
Then it becomes a scalar quantity or a vector quantity?
Scalar
It becomes a scalar quantity. If I am just mentioning 10 meters from the water tank, he can stand 10 meters to the north, to south, east, west, anyway. In any direction he can stand. But if I am strictly mentioning that he should stand 10 meters from the north, means he should be facing towards the north itself. He should be facing towards the north itself. How many meters? 10 meters. That direction is there, no? Because of that reason, that example becomes the vector quantity. So understood about the scalars and the vectors?
Yes.
And some more examples that will come across in the chapter, that is distance, displacement. After explanation about the distance and displacement, I will ask you which is the scalar and which is the vector. Because distance and displacement, after the explanation only you can tell me which is scalar and which is vector. And there are speed, velocity, acceleration. So many terms are there. With the explanation of those terms only, you can clarify them or you can categorize them as scalar and vector. Understood, students? So this is about the scalar and vector quantities. Definitions I'll give you in the tomorrow, next class. Okay. Is it clear? Anybody any doubt in today's class?
No, ma'am.
And did you get the conclusions for the activities of the fundamental unit of life yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
After this week, you can start completing your practical books because this week you are having the FA1 exam. So be preparing for those exams. Okay, be preparing for those exams. After the completion of your FA exams, you can read your practical book because this week you want the time for the reading purpose, isn't it? So after that you can complete the practicals. But have you prepared the chapters which are there for the FA1 exam? So which are the chapters? Did you remember?
Yes.
Which are those chapters?
Matter in our surroundings.
Matter in our surrounding. Very good. Next.
Is matter on surrounding is pure.
Very good. Next one.
Fundamental units of life.
That means all the three chapters you have to prepare for your FA1 exam. So is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And best of luck for your exam. Start your preparations. Don't write by seeing. Okay. Start your preparations thoroughly. Write without the help of anybody. Tell anybody, somebody from your elders to supervise you. So have you taken down? I can erase this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So be prepared. Get the knowledge into the minds, not into the papers. Okay. Thank you. Anybody any doubts from today's class?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, no.
Thank you. Yes. Anybody any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.